In the year 1898, somewhere in the Russian tundra, 3 men were gradually lowered into a 500-meter deep hole. The researchers created a machine specifically for this purpose, supplemented it with a gauge to check how deep they had gone, and a button which would disconnect the platform entirely in case of an emergency. Only one of the 4 researchers involved wanted the button. He had heard a myth of a monster hiding at the bottom of the hole. The others thought this was ludicrous, but the installment was easy, simply cutting the rope, and he insisted. The 3 subjects, who were all sane, male, Russian, and impoverished, came to the hole with no idea of the experiment's goal. The researchers thought it might affect the results if they knew that they wanted to check the void's impact on them. The first researchers lowered the subjects to 100 meters depth and left them there for a whole day. The 3 subjects came up restless and bored, and a little bit unhinged, as expected. Then they were lowered to 200 meters depth. The researchers theorized that the void acted like water, and that it had a quality of pressure. They thought the impact of the void would increase as a human traveled further into it. When the subjects came up, they sat in a circle and talked about very personal matters. They spoke as if they had known each other for years. The researchers couldn't figure out what had caused such a shift. The men who were questioned about their experience, each one admitted that at first they were scared when they heard a 4th voice talking to them. But after hearing the voice's distinct human and friendly quality, they thought it must have been part of the experiment. It was not part of the experiment, but the researchers kept that fact away from them. They wondered if it was the void itself talking to them. When they came up from the 400-meter mark, they all had an intense urge to reach the bottom of the hole. They thought there was treasure there. The scientists explained their behavior as an intense craving. Finally, they were lowered to the very bottom of the hole. The researchers once again left them there for a whole day. When they tried to pull up the platform, they found that it rose much slower than before. It made more noise. When the platform came into sight, 3 corpses showed themselves. The faces of the corpses were stuck in a horrified expression. Their eyes stretched out wide, despite lacking the eyeball. Before the platform reached the top, one researcher saw a strange shape hanging from the bottom. He lay on the ground to get a better view, and almost immediately started screaming and shrieking, and eagerly begging for the researchers to press the button. Afterwards, he refused to say a single word about what he saw, except that it was smiling. Hey friends, Seven here. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up, and subscribe, for it is greatly appreciated if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on my post notifications so you can be notified for all my future narrations. And remember, nightfall is upon us.